What's going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Faraday Future. This video is going to be more oriented towards the upcoming shareholder meeting and just adding some clarity on what the whole preferred share is all about, reverse stock split, and things that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So this video is actually being based off of this comment. So it says Max just last night again posted incorrect information. He said shareholders do not have a say about the RS. They do. So that's where I just wanted to kind of talk based off of, because a lot of people might not necessarily understand what the preferred share is all about. So I just wanted to again go over that. And keep in mind, at the time of doing this video, it is Tuesday evening. So I believe there is going to be an interview between Omar and YT coming out Wednesday. So I'll do a video later in the day kind of summarizing that and what shorts did and stuff like that. So in this video is just going to be more specific, a lot of numbers, and I'm going to go over an example, make it very, very crystal clear why they did the preferred share. And yeah, so I'm going to go over all that, starting off with this. So there's that 16 billion in voting power preferred share. Kind of daunting, but it's not all that bad, because let's say of the 400 million in outstanding shares, roughly 60% vote in favor, 40% no. And keep in mind, I don't really care how you guys vote. I'm not here to twist you, say yes, no, or whatever. I'm just giving examples. Let's say 60% vote in favor, 40% no. This 16 billion is going to be divided in that same percentage. So 60-40 or 50-50. You guys get the idea, right? Goes over an example right here, so it's pretty straightforward. But I'm sure some of you might be wondering, well, if it's going to be divided in the same percentage, why even do it? Very good question that you ask, because in this actual document, it does say any individuals that do not vote, it'll automatically be counted as against. So I'm going to go over an example and kind of break it down in the simplest terms possible. And so just be aware, I'm going to be using kind of some references from the second shareholder meeting. So in the second shareholder meeting, it was slated for February the 5th, 2024. Similar kind of preferred share, but this one only had about 4.5 billion in voting power, but the exact same breakdown. So whatever individuals voted for, that's what was going to be done. So just kind of be aware of that. So this is the result from the second shareholder meeting. So it says proposal number 2, reverse stock split, and so roughly around 4.1 billion in favor, so 445 million against, and about 6.1 million that didn't vote, which always happens, right? There's a lot of individuals that, even like myself, didn't vote, and whatever, it's just, it is what it is. But moving on, I do have a fun old Excel document right here that you kind of need to just be aware of. So starting off, you do see, for instance, right over here, so votes for, votes against, and individuals that didn't vote. So pretty straightforward stuff. I did add up these two tallies, so it's around the 4.5 billion and change. Subtract that preferred share of that 4.5 billion, and you get 59.7 million shares that were kind of voted, right? So it's pretty straightforward stuff. Let me know again if I am going too fast in the comments below. I can easily kind of break it down a little bit further if you do get stuck on everything. But in essence, for the second shareholder meeting, there was around 59.7 million shares that was voted, not counting the preferred share. And so you can kind of easily do the math, calculate what ratio. So it was 90% in favor and about 9.2 or something against. Works out to be 53.9 million for for, and then 5.8 million against. And so in essence, this is where things get somewhat complicated, because this group right here that didn't vote gets counted as against. So even though if you do it all the math, 5.8 plus this, you get 11.9. So even without the whole preferred share, it didn't really make that big of a difference, because majority was in favor of the reverse stock split, right? So again, sometimes preferred share is just more of a fail-safe just in case. But I'm sure some of you might be even more confused right now. What the hell am I talking about? Very good idea. I'm going to break it down on a very easy kind of story. So right here, I do have a kind of example. So I'm just going to unhide this. So you can kind of see right here, I gave an example, roughly here. Let me just double check to make sure you guys can see it. And so I'm going to lower that. So you do have this example right here of 10 million that is voted in favor, right? So let's say you have this, pretty straightforward, so 10 million, and let's say there was that 5.8 million that was voted against. So you basically add these two together, and this is where things get interesting, because in my example, 10 million individuals or shares were against, or sorry, were for, 5.8 were against, 6 million did not vote. You add that together, well, guess what? Now there is combined 11.9, so unfortunately, no dice. Looks like the reverse stock split did fail because majority was not in favor of the reverse stock split, okay? So hopefully everyone's here with me, because now this is where you add the preferred share. And it's not as simple as saying, hey, like, let's take this 16 billion for the third reverse stock split, or for the third shareholder meeting, 4.5 for the second. It's not as simple as, hey, let's just divide it based on that. It is divided based off of this. So around 63 or whatever percent is kind of in favor, and then the rest is against. So if you take that 4.5 billion and divide it based off of this, and then add that 6, this is where you get 2.8 billion in favor, 1.05 against, because that's the dividing, right? Because 60% or 63% exactly, I do have all the calculations right over here. So it works out to be 63.12 in favor and then 36.87 against. So this is why some people might not understand exactly what is happening, but technically they're doing this and kind of created the whole preferred share to ensure it does pass, just on the very rare occasion that it comes very, very close to being 50-50. And of course, the big deciding factor would be individuals not voting. So yeah, this is kind of an easy breakdown on why they did create the whole preferred share. It is for to avoid kind of scenarios such as what I just mentioned. Like I kind of alluded to though, in the second shareholder meeting, the preferred share didn't need to be had. So again, that's kind of something to just keep in mind. But nonetheless, with this upcoming shareholder meeting kind of on the chopping block and a potential third reverse stock split, I feel like some people might be very much against it based on that part, and some people might be very much in favor of it, all depending on your guys' viewpoint. So hopefully this added some clarity on exactly in what circumstances the preferred share would be beneficial to the company to really push through a reverse stock split. So going back over to this comment right over here about saying that shareholders do not have a say, that is very much incorrect. So I just wanted to kind of add some clarity because yeah, shareholders do. Of course, like I said, the whole preferred share is just to give it a nice little push in the right direction, just in case it comes very, very right down to the wire. But in essence, it is going to be what truly shareholders want. So vote accordingly. Don't forget to vote. So I think you have up until I think the eve of the document. I can't remember exactly when it says, but nonetheless, make sure you guys go out and vote. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I can easily break that down and go over maybe in a follow-up video some clearer examples if there is any possible. So hopefully everyone is having a good day, and with all that, appreciate all of you watching.